Hey everybody. Interesting. Where's the chat? Says live in 3. Oh well, I'm coming on a little bit early. Hi Peggy Bradford, Barbara Clark. There it is. Starting to come up on my phone now so I can see you guys in the chat if I can find the chat. Where the heck is the chat? Live chat. There we go. Ha ha. Terry Marshall, Cindy Bagley. Hi guys. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, it is me this morning. Shel is under the weather, and I told her to take care of herself because she's more important than a live show on Thursday, right? So say a little prayer, send some good karma, and let her know that you're thinking of her. So, with that said, hello from Norway. I'm going to get a sip of coffee because it's still early enough for me here. And I'm going to use some junk mail today. You guys, we all get this stuff, right? I'm just putting some paint on some junk mail right now. One of the cool pieces that I got recently, you can see I've got all this stuff on my desk. One of the things that I did for the project this month was, yesterday I posted this. This was some junk mail glossy piece of something, nice heavy duty card, but this was one of my abstract things from this week. Yes, we hope she gets better really soon. She's got a lot going on. So, the cool thing that I got in the mail was this thing, which was like an envelope. It was already made, right? And it had this insert inside of it. And I thought, wow, what a cool pocket this is going to make, because it's all ready to go. All I have to do is put my hand to it and create a really cool pocket or journal pocket or something. You can put this on a page. You can mail it to somebody with some special greetings, whatever you wanted to do. But how cool is that? That's just junk mail. So glad you guys are all taking care of each other and saying hello. Hi, Nell. How are you this morning? Anyway, that's what I'm playing with right now. So, I've got a brayer here that's got some color on it. Might get as much of that off as I can. The other thing, we were talking about using up the stuff that we have in our stash. And, we all have stuff that we buy when it's on sale. On sale, sale. And it just never comes out of the closet, right? I'm telling you, I have a bunch of stuff like this that I picked up in clearance aisles, and some of it I don't even know what it is. Like this one says it's a multi-surface satin. This one is a glass paint, and I'm thinking, oh, I need to try that on some glass. This one is another satin multi-surface. This one says it's a soft gel watercolor. I didn't even know Martha Stewart made watercolor. You guys know that? And I've got a lot of Americana. I've got a ton of stuff. So what we were doing today was the August mood board. Smoke again. Oh dear. I'm so sorry. Yeah, we had winds and rain this week, and I thought, oh no, derecho. It's like, I don't need that again. That was once was enough. We don't need it again. So, the August mood board. I was playing around with some colors this morning, just pulling out some paint, trying things out, being influenced by the mood board. There's this sandy color in here, and a pink tone, and a bluish tone, a dark, so this was kind of inspiring me with my color palette. Then, we've also got going on, let me turn on another light here. Let's see what today is for Abstract August is Imagine. That could be anything, right? And if you look at these colors in this background, it's got the blues and the pinks and things too. So I guess it was meant to be. August mood board is going to use my imagination, and we're going to create a pocket. Yeah, very unusual for me, right? I don't normally use pastel colors. Just not me. And all of a sudden I had all this junk mail just sitting out here on my desk, and I had the stuff in front of me, and I said, yeah, here's a nice fold up gloss piece. I mean, this could make a really nice tip out in a book, right? And the cool thing about this is you could take edge and cut some kind of fancy edge in this. Just take a pair of scissors and do something kind of fancy. So that when you come back and paint it all up, you've got a decorative edge. This kind of looks like water splashing or something. You could do a seal or a whale or a sea urchin or a mermaid, and do this and have a tip out that's got the water imagery. And you could do it on both sides too. Or you can come back and apply this over here and make another piece. Just lots of options for that. What are we saying here? Yes, they are good for gel prints. Watercolor's discontinued. Well, which is probably why I got it on sale. I've never used it. I actually popped the top off of it this morning so I could play with it, because let's get some out here. I've never had it. It comes out just like an acrylic paint. Let me get a brush of some sort and see what this does as a watercolor. Yeah, it kind of spreads like acrylic. Gonna get a real wet brush here. Soften the edge. See what that does. We'll dry that down and come back to that later. And I think I'll spritz it with a little water too. See what we get. See if we get any motion in that. Who knew? Watercolor from Martha Stewart. I didn't know. Watercolor looks weird. Hey, Judy. Yes, we are characters, aren't we? So, yeah, junk mail. Great stuff to use up. And I'm liking that they sent me something that's actually already put together like that. That's pretty cool. So, back to our Imagine. And because it's abstract, let's just use some stencils and play. I'm going to grab some of these smaller ones. You know, Shel and I both have a ton of these because we like the ATC size. It's a lot of fun. And every time I look up there, it's like, oh, I like that one too. Oh, I like that one too. Oh, man. This is so bad. All right. So what am I going to do? I'm going to be influenced by the mood board, which has a coffee cup and a kind of hashtag looking thing and florals and yeah. So let's just look at these. Want something kind of open to start with. That's kind of fun. There. Don't think I've even used that one. That one is Stencil Club from 2015. Haven't even used it. Must be time to drag it out. And I am going to go to those blues to start with, I think. We have the soft, I like that soft gray blue kind of. So I've got mineral here. I'm going to get a little mineral and a little bit of the cerulean blue, just a drop, and a sponge. I'm going to blend that out a little bit. Make that mineral just a little more blue. I'm just using a cosmetic sponge from the dollar store. You know me, I like to shop at the dollar store. And get that started on here, right? Very soft colors this morning. It's starting to dry up around here. It's starting to look a lot more like fall already. I've been watering things because it's drying out. I need to get out and water my tomatoes today because they're looking a little distressed. And I think I've had deer up on the patio because I had potted plants that were on the patio and they contained sweet potato vines, and something has eaten my sweet potato vines off. They must have been pretty good tasting because they gnawed them right down to the bone. little stinkers. I've been trying to keep the chipmunks out of the garage. I put the bird food in metal containers to keep the chipmunks out of them because they will play havoc with that. Okay, so I am liking that. Yes, they certainly did love my sweet potato vines. Silicone makeup blenders at the dollar store. Really? You'll have to post a picture of them in the group, Nell. I get these. I get these from the Dollar Tree. These are really nice, but I haven't seen the silicone ones, so that'll be something to look out for. Very cool. So this has kind of that floral feel. But now I want to add another layer. And when I look at the mood board, I'm looking at this hashtaggy looking thing here along with the floral. So let's see what I can find in the way of a stencil that does, well, here. This will work. Just letting that stuff influence what I'm picking. You know, when you don't know what direction to go, sometimes just having a prompt helps get you going. Yeah, I think this one. And we've got the blue-gray. I don't want to go too dark because this is still in the background. I think I'm going to go towards the green this time. So I'm going to add the Americana chalky finish. And I'm also going to add some of that sand to that just to tone it down a bit. You know, you can blend your colors. That's pretty wet. Okay. So let's just add some of this green. Don't you love stencils? They make life easy. And a little bit over here. Now that my sponge has dried out a little bit, I can come back and soften the edge of that stenciling a little bit. You know, I'm liking these soft colors. I didn't think I would. But I am liking it. Let's see. Peggy needs help getting a jump start today. Ingrid always has good ideas, doesn't she? Yeah, stencils are the best, aren't they? So I'm also gonna take this green around the edge. Since I've still got it on my tool, I may as well, right? All right, so this is pretty wet. I've still got all this green, and I've got this piece here. So I think I'm just going to take my brayer and pick up some of that put it down, not let that paint go to waste. This one, you can see that there's a image in the background, which I kind of like. So I may end up keeping that image because why not? It's there, and all you need to do is to take a pen. You know, we can take a pen and create a silhouette. This is a face and neck in here, her shoulder. So there we have a start of a page. You know, you can paint this out. You can add papers to this. Just another way to incorporate things. There are no people in the mood board, however, so I need to keep moving with that. So the other thing that was in the mood board, and I started this morning, I was just playing around. I started this morning with these. Yeah, I've heard that people getting those Dollar Tree things with the stencils. I've never seen them in mine. Who knows? Now this, I was waiting for this to dry down. Because what I wanted to do with this is some of this canvas paper. It says if it's wet, it goes on yes. And this is Media Artist canvas. And so, you know, you can tear it kind of like canvas. You can see here on the edge, it's got the fibers that are fraying. But I was using, I've got a couple of different products here, and I don't know if you guys have these. Remember, we were using some Resist. This is Distress Resist spray, which I had transferred into a spray bottle, which now needs cleaning out because that's what happens with the spray stuff. But I also have regular mask pen, and I have a Pebeo drawing gum, and that's the difference between these two. This is the mask pen, and it really came out quite rapidly, and you can see how thick the line was with that. This one is done with the Pebeo High Precision Masking Fluid Marker, and I thought, well, that's pretty cool because I can mask this off. Do I have, let's see, what do I have in Neo Color? These are Neo Color 2. I'm looking for a color on this one. Not sure where to find it. Oh, this is an indigo blue, which I would like for the center of these. And I will put some on this too. And then this one is a rose out reamer. Okay. So I'm going to get some of that down. I'm just playing, guys. You know, I hope you guys, when you watch these videos with me, you're playing along and making things too, because that makes me happy when you're being creative. I'm just here to help inspire you to create. So that's almost a purpley pink. I want more of a soft. Here's a, this is more of a corally. I just have an assortment of stuff in here. Let's get a little bit of this added in here too. You guys are talking about tissue paper, I see. Okay, and then a little bit of this other pink, I think. Just blending this out. And right now it just looks like crayon scribbles, which is fine. I'll set this aside. I'm not going to work on both of those at the same time. So I'm going to grab a water brush. Trying to get a little water flow down to the nib. There we go. I'm just going to start moving some of this color. I want to have a rag handy. As I blend this out. And I'm going to go right over those lines, those masking lines, because I want the white to come back in those areas. So as I'm doing this, I am going right over that area. I don't know if you guys can see, I have another area down here where I've done kind of an imaginary rose shape. I'll get this closer to the camera just as soon as I get the water on here. Actually, can I bring it down a little bit? Yeah, I can. Okay. It's usually up a little bit higher because I've got Shel in here and we need to share the screen, but it's just me today. So I like that pinky coral color. And the way these are blending out. You can see there's some spatters. There's another floral in here. Thanks, Nell. Great idea. I think I'm going to use a little bit of that soft, there's kind of an orangey yellow in here. So I'm going to grab some other Neo color. I'm going to start in the middle of these with that and add a little bit of this orange tone and maybe even a darker tone around the edge here. Yep. Got a clinger on her there. Don't know if I can get that up. Some little thread or something. Oh, I hate that when that happens. Come on. Let go. Oh man. Does not want to give up its spot at all. All right, I'm just going to go for it. All right. Okay, so we've got some florals going on with these Neo color. And I like that a lot. But I also want to do something in the background here. So I want to seal this. So in order to do that, this needs to dry a little bit. And oh boy. I'm going to grab a gel press because in order to seal this, I want to put some gel medium or something down if I can lay my hands on it. Too many things on my desk. Here's some collage medium, that'll work. So I'm just going to put some of this collage medium on the plate, brayer it out. While I'm at it, might as well seal this too. Not that it needs it, but we got enough here. And because this might be someplace where it would get exposed, you know, if it's on the front of the cover or something, sometimes you just want that. So set that one aside, and this is still wet and running. You know, before I do this, probably need to do the reveal. If I can get that. Get that to move. Let me grab forgetting what I'm doing here. Grab a eraser and see if I can get this. Yeah, I'm just pulling back the masking fluid. To reveal those lines. You guys see? This is just one of those gum erasers. I pick them up when I go to Dick Blick. Oh, I had another flower down there I didn't get painted. Oh well. That's all right. But you can see how it's pulling the masking fluid off to do the reveal. So I think before I seal that, I'm going to grab one of these other color markers and get that dark in around there. Just getting ahead of myself. You guys do that? I do it all the time. So these are the Nouveau. This is indigo, which, you know, I love indigo. Markers, brush marker. And this is giving me that dark that you see in the original mood board. Kind of need the dark for the contrast. Trying to get it to flow down without making a big mess. And I'm just using a water reservoir brush to move that color. Oh, sorry, guys. Get it in the shot there, Peg. Oh, boy. Got an extra big screen, and I can't even hit it. Good grief. Well, I am doing the secondary videotaping, so you'll at least get it in the fast mode. Okay. So let's blend this out here. And we also want to get this corner up here. I think I need a little bit in between the petals here. Okay. So now we've got it all masked. We've got it a background. Need to dry that down a little bit. These are water soluble. This one's still got some masking fluid on it. I need to get up. Hi, Carla. Thanks. So it's pretty dry. Oh, yeah, see, there's still masking fluid there that I didn't get up on the initial go around. And I'm just doing it quickly, so. And there's some that I did as splatters in here too. So I need to get those off. Okay, so now I've got this with my medium on it. And I'm going to use this to seal those water-soluble mediums. So now it's got a coat of that medium on there. I'm just going to clean this up. And that'll help seal that watercolor medium. So I'm going to set this aside to dry. see, here's the cover of that, and it's still wet too. It's still got a lot of. Let's see if I can pull this off of here. And I'm going to clean that up quickly so I don't have it stuck on there. And I'm just using hand sanitizer to get that off my plate. Okay. So I can set that aside. We can go back to what we were doing. So I'm going to get a piece of dark paper so I can show you guys what this fluid looks like. I'm going to drop my, this has glue all over it too. I'm going to drop that in the water. So this is the mask pen, and it has a cap up here. Yeah, it's supposed to be able to come off. I always have trouble. Maybe it doesn't come off there. Maybe I'm all wrong. All right, let's unscrew this. All right, there's the pin that goes down in. That's what's in there. And then here's the nib. So if I want to draw just something abstract, I can, you know, just make some lines. With this, and this is going to dry down. And when it dries, it kind of dries to this, what did I do with that other one? Oh, here. It dries to this greenish tone when it's dry. But now this is going to act as a resist. Sorry guys, I got messy tools. Need to drop that in the water. 1 minute video of all my little stencils. Oh, fun. Yeah, I'm using a masking pen. This is wet masking pen. This is the same pen as it is dry. And then I put a little bit of that Neo color on there. And so when I come back with my water brush and come over the top, this is going to resist the color, and then I can rub this away and you will have the white underneath, which is what we did here. That's how you get that white back to your page. And if you're using watercolor, these masking pens and I don't know what you call this, needle tool. They do call this a mask pen. Are handy for that. However, this to me gives you a very thick line. I like this one because it's more like your acrylic markers, like your Posca pens. If you look at the nib on a Posca pen, this is a regular Posca pen, and then you know they get smaller than that. But they've got a couple of nibs on this one, so you can change it out, and it has the nib kind of like a paint marker. So when I was drawing these floral images very easily with this, I can get a nice fine line with this pen. You do pump it if you want some additional fluid to flow. You know, if you want a thicker line, you can come back and get more out just by pumping and getting it, just like if you were feeding paint in a paint pen, okay? But this creates a mask. So now if I come back in with some color over this, it will, when it peels back, it's going to have that black reveal. I don't know if I can dry that fast enough for you guys to see it. I usually let this stuff air dry. It takes, what does it say on here? Well, it's not telling me exactly, or the print is too fine for these old eyes. But this is pretty thin here. This is going to be thicker and take longer to dry, as usual. So I'm not gonna mess with that up there. But let me show you, like if you've got, suppose we're going to use our, oh, let's use one of these fluorescent ones. That would be good on there, right? A solid marker. I think that's pretty dry. Let's use a fluorescent solid marker. And let's add some other tones to that, right? Gotta love fluorescent. Especially on a dark like this. These are solid paint markers. I'm just gonna those shouldn't take very long to dry down, I wouldn't think. Let's see what they say. Yes, I did use an eraser. Hey, Jamie, how are you? Yes, the dry fluid does rub off. That's what we were just doing. This is some dry here. So if I want to take a finger or an eraser, I mean, this is kind of tough on your fingers if you're doing this. It's kind of like rubber cement, okay? You see how this is pulling off? Just like rubber cement. Of course, I didn't get it over here where you could see what I was doing. Let me add some more color in here on this. And we'll just go with the flow here, since this is what I've got out. So you blend, 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 whatever you want to do with that. This one is still a little wet. Try and dry that down a little bit, see if I can show you. This is just a gum eraser. Okay. It might be dry enough now. I'll take my gum eraser and pull back where the masking fluid is. And so you're revealing the color underneath, whether it's the white or the black or a brown or, you know, whatever. You might use some text paper. You know, that would be fun too. But that's how you get that. And you can see that this one is still very thick and still drying. Some of it is dry in here. Let's see if I can get this one to work. Yeah, it works great on cardstock, Jamie. This is just regular text weight black paper. Okay. This one is a canvas paper that I was playing with. I was just dragging, you know how we are. We drag out the stuff that we haven't used in a while and we play with it. I was dragging out some paints and things this morning, trying to look at my stash and see, you know, what I've got here that needs to be used. So you can see this is grabbing that masking fluid, kind of like snot, pulls it right up. Just like that, cleans it all up. And it's great for watercolor, any water-soluble stuff. This is, you know, because when you're working in watercolor, you're working in the reverse. You want to maintain your white spaces, right? And when you're working with watercolor, that's the hardest part, is maintaining that white, because, you know, you start adding your different colors and yeah. So this, you know, now I can come back with another, what did I do? Okay, I had this watercolor, water soluble stuff, right? And I was putting this into the background around here, which is the Nuvo, and taking a water brush and just blending that out. And you can do all of this with your mask down if you want to preserve your white areas. I'm just, you know, doing this for demonstration purposes. This is not a beautiful piece of art. This is just for demonstration purposes, guys, to show you how this stuff works and how you can create using masking fluid good work. So, and you know, now I've got this, I can come back to, I don't know what I did with the lid. There it is. I can come back to this, and then, you know, you may want to take some pen work and, you know, just start adding in some of your other lines. Because we are doing abstracts, right? These don't have to be perfect. These are abstracts. Okay. Ta-da! And there's the one on black. Okay. New comments. No. This is not cardstock. This is just regular text weight paper here. I mean, it will work on cardstock. I have a piece of, this was one I was playing with some paint this morning. It's still wet. This was some of that Martha Stewart watercolor paint. Who knew, right? And so I put some of that down just to see what it was like. Well, I can now, if I want to maintain that pink, I can come back with that and I can just start creating a masked out area. And I'm sorry, this is going to be really difficult for you guys to see because it's kind of a clear solution, and I'm just drawing flower petals on this pink. Okay. As an example of how you can do this. And this is, I think this is a piece of Bristol I just had laying on my desk. Yeah. So let me dry that a little bit. You can see what it looks like on the Bristol. I don't know if you can you guys see the mask fluid? Not a whole lot, can you? Okay. And like I say, I don't normally dry this with a heat tool. I normally just let that stuff air dry. But you know, we're in a show here. We're doing it live. So I never did get back to this thing. Okay, so that should be fairly dry. So if I want to go over that, let's just grab a darker tone. This is a Marabou crayon, okay? And I'm going to come back over that watercolor from Martha Stewart with a Marabou crayon. And I'm just going to color that in. Blend it out. Now you can see the mask a little bit because it's underneath there. But this needs to dry down a little bit too. Blend out the edges of that a little bit. Now normally I would let that crayon sit, you know, until it's good and dry. Like I said, we're in tight time frame here. So This may not work at all. Yeah, you can use rubber cement, absolutely. I think I've used it. This is just really convenient, you know, because it comes, and I think you can actually buy pens like this that you can fill with whatever you want to fill. Because I've done that. If you go to someplace like Dick Blick, you can get pens with different nibs and fill it with different products. Y'all know that I fill different spray bottles and different bottles like this. So, I mean, you could get, you know, just one of these little bottles like this and fill it up. And these are cheap. I get them like 20 in a box for, I don't know, $10 or something. Cheap. Amazon is my friend. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can remove this. Yes, I can. Okay. So you can see I'm just using the eraser and I'm pulling back the mask to reveal that pink. Your chat disconnected. Huh. No, no problem here. But think about all the fun that you can have creating different layers with masking fluid. Now, I don't know what the cost of rubber cement is these days. You guys would have to look it up. And my problem with rubber cement is I had trouble keeping it on the shelf. Before I got to it, it would dry up. And I think at least in a pen form, this is out on my desk. I'll use it more than I would go to the drawer, fill something, use the rubber cement. You know, I'm just not good about remembering to do that kind of thing. So, all right, I think this is actually dry now. So, going back to the mood board. We had, let me get these crayons out of the way. Got all kinds of stuff out here today, don't we? And this was that canvas paper. And the fun thing about this is it actually is canvas, so you can sew through it. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. You can see the threads are coming apart. If I want to, you know, take a piece of this and tear it down just like I would canvas, I've got canvas paper. So that's some fun stuff. And remember, this was our junk mail pocket with our insert. So I'm kind of liking that. Huh. Yeah, I like the pen. I do. And I like the fine line that you get with it. All right, so August mood board. Have the hashtag in the background. We've got the kind of abstract floral thing going on. I want to incorporate some of these other colors. So let's do this. Let's do some of this dark blue and that, what did I have originally? I had mineral. Sorry for the glare. So because this has these starburst things and these kind of rectangular things, I'm going to take another stencil that has similar properties and another sponge. Start with that blue on this canvas. Gonna pick up some of that blue gray. And add that in. So there's our canvas piece. And I've still got all of this out here. So that means I got to use some of it, right? Not liking that, but and then we've still got all that there. So let's go back to our other piece and incorporate some of that here. So I'm just stenciling with the paint I got left on my desk. To this piece of junk mail that we all have. Sorry for the shaky. All right, now I still have paint. So I'm going to grab a brayer. And just put some of that down into the background. That is one of my favorites. That's Prussian Blue Hue. And the, what did I say that other one was? The other one's a Dina Wakley, kind of a blue-gray. I can't remember the name of it. It is Mineral. So this probably are not going to get finished today, but this is going to end up being our insert in that cool pocket that we got free in our junk mail, right? It's even got the cutout for your fingers. It's like, that's cool. Okay, so got that piece. What do I want to do? I need to bring some, see, I've got the blues, but I don't have those pinks in here, so I need to bring some of those pinks in. Let me see what I have. Okay. I just went over and grabbed some stuff. This is a piece of tape that was printed on a gel plate. So that could go in there, maybe. I grabbed some floral stuff. Because we got florals on here, right? And I think for that, oh, I do have a pink spray. Oh, look at that. I have a distress spray. And this can be incorporated into this too, right? Do a couple of these. Some of these small ones. Oh, look at that. All glittery. Gotta love the bling bling, right? And a big one. So let's spray this. See what we can get. Yeah. Pink. Got pink. No junk mail? Well, honestly, even my regular mail, I like to take the envelopes and things and tear them apart and, use them for gel printing and whatever. Because it all works. It's just paper, and I hate to just toss paper. Who wants to just toss paper? Not me. I need to hold that down with something. Here's tweezers. Okay. got some florals. I think for these guys, I probably just need some double stick. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me put this on a piece of tape. Dropping stuff behind the scenes here. Did you hear a big crash? Kaboom! Okay, so that's on some double stick. Let's put this piece here. On some double stick also. Yeah, we get massive amounts of mailing. And not just paper mail, we get massive amounts of stuff in our emails, in our social media. We're just flooded with everything. It's just crazy. Especially the political stuff. I mean, a lot of this is all political stuff, believe me. I've got all kinds of, I call it my propaganda mail. As if I'm not going to investigate things on my own. And I'm just going to take the word of whatever comes in my mailbox. Yes, we do that, right? Jeez. So if you didn't want the shiny stuff, you can just put a coat of matte medium over the top of this tape, which I probably will do because I don't know if I will or not. I'm feeling that ambitious today. I still have a guy coming to install one of those motion lights with a camera. My kids thought I should be safer, so that's my birthday present. So this is going to go down. Maybe, if I can get it peeled off. There we go. And then this one. Okay. This is the hardest part of the whole deal, is just getting this stuff separated, right? I have no nails. I've been out in the garden. I busted everything. It's kind of a hot mess. Okay, so got that. And put that down. Kind of like so. I've got, I don't know if I want plum or thistle. Maybe plum. Archival. Yeah, that's not doing what I want. On the tips. Does what take a few applications of paint after cleaning the plates? Not sure if I missed something there. All right, so we've got some florals and some glue. Got good old tacky glue here. Just need to figure out where I want this to go. Start at the bottom with the weight. Hey, Kathleen. All right, so got a few things to bling this with. I think I'll use this green tone. Still not sure I like that red back there. I might have to add something to this. might be do I have a there's a matte medium that I mixed with some Quin Magenta. That might be the ticket. And just, ooh, just roll your pen through it. Oh, it's not staying glued down there. And a water brush. Trying to get some of that gloss gone with it. And those will have to dry down. And let me just add a little bit of white to that matte medium and Quin, so that I can tie some of this together a little bit better. Because we need to integrate. Okay, so that's about it from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you had some fun chatting in the group there. And hopefully Shel will be feeling better next week and we'll be back in business. So, yeah, postal system, you're right. Okay, so I did that. We played with, different products here. This is almost dry enough now that, I could come back in with some paint or something over it, but you can see what that looks like. And this would have been fun cut out and put on there too. You could just cut that out and put it on a piece. And then this was the, what do we call this stuff? Canvas paper. This was the canvas paper with the masking fluid. So that's it for me today. Yeah, good to see you too. It's always good to hang out with my friends here on YouTube and in our group, and you guys keep me going. So I'll see you again next time, and love to you all. Have a wonderful day, and post something in the group.